B March Boxing, what's happening, world? Hey, man, I'm gonna keep it tall with y'all. First and foremost, a lot of motherfuckers gonna talk crazy shit about so and so ain't sell no pay per view buys. He ain't sell a million pay per view buys. You see, these are people who are politically divided. They got agendas in this boxing game. You know what I mean? Niggas gonna talk stupid shit about so and so only sold 350K or 150K pay per view buys 200,000. They didn't do a million like Mayweather. They didn't do a million like motherfucking uh, um, Pacquiao and Tyson and Mike Tyson and De La Hoya. That don't mean nothing to me, and I'm gonna tell you why. Be March Boxing. Hit that thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please share and subscribe. Tank Davis. Yeah, that's what this whole motherfucking video is about, right? Let me ask you one question, y'all. Saturday night, Monday motherfucking Saturday, May 27th, 2022. How many guys, how many of y'all listening to this video cleared at least guaranteed, regardless win, lose, or draw? How many of y'all cleared $2 million? Hey, you listening? I'm live right now. Listen, how many people cleared $2 million in less than a half hour of work? You listening? Hey, hold tight. Fuck y'all on the motherfucking YouTube. Hey, in your lifetime, in your dreams, have you ever thought about clearing $2 million guaranteed? Uncle Sam gonna take some of that, right? Hey, have you ever thought about clearing $2 million in less than 30 minutes of work? I'm asking you. Hey, huh? Is that even fathomable? Have you ever in your dreams woke up and thought you could get $2 million in 30 minutes of work at your job right now that you do? Do you think your bosses even make $2 million in 30 minutes of work? Huh? I'm asking you. Nope. Okay. Thank you. Well, YouTube world, listen up, y'all. This is what Tank Davis cleared tonight. $2 million guaranteed in less than a half hour of work. Guaranteed. And that's not including his pay-per-view revenue. Tank Davis clears $2 million tonight. Rolly Romero, the guy who got knocked out with that right hook in the motherfucking sixth or seventh round, he clears 500K. You heard? Okay. So regardless what, and Uncle Sam gonna take some of that. Let's give or take 30%, right? 30% Uncle Sam gonna take his cut. Rolly Romero clears 500K, $500,000. Motherfucking Tank Davis, Gervonta Davis from Baltimore, Maryland gets his $2 million. Regardless what the fuck happened, y'all. Whether he won, whether he lost, or whether he drew. Vice versa for the motherfucking challenger, Rolly Romero. Alright? Rolly clears 500K, $500,000. The man Tank Davis clears $2 million. Plus 50-50. The pay-per-view split was split 50-50. Yeah, you heard it from me. The March Boxing. 50-50 split between Rolly Romero and Tank Davis, and the cut 50-50 at least. Tank Davis leaves up out of there with $5 million, and Rolly Romero leaves up out of there with $2 million. That's what this boxing game's about, y'all. That's what we talking about. Yeah, I mean, now Tank and Rolly Romero ain't on LeBron James, Steph Curry, James Harden and them level, right? He ain't on Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo level, right? He's not. Cannoli is. Yeah, Cannoli could fight twice a year, and he could amass what these fighters, these basketball players and soccer players amass in a whole entire season. Rolly Romero got knocked out tonight, sixth or seventh round. Them fellas gonna walk up out of there with at least 200, 2 million, $2.5 million. That's what he's gonna walk up out of there tonight. Boxing game, man. You gotta love boxing. I love this boxing game. Boxing's the type of game, dogs. I don't give a fuck, Slim, if you're a motherfucking crackhead, dogs. If you're a crackhead or you smoke that wet, you smoke that dippers. You on drugs, whatever. Like what's the man's name? Tarver. You know what I mean? Slim who fought Roy Jones and Glenn Johnson and Chad Dawson. You could come off the streets in this boxing game as a pipehead. And I'm not saying Tank is a pipehead, nor the Rolly Romero. I'm just giving you an example, i.e., fellas like Antonio Tarver. Come off this motherfucking strip as a pipehead, and then come on the game, on the scene, and work your way up, and you can win $1 million. 2, 3 years ago, 2, 3, 4, 6, 5 years ago, max, you was a pipehead. You cleaned your act up, you got your shit correct, and here you are fighting for, I mean, not even six figures, dogs. We talking about $1 million purses. Now, if you know, like I know, Rolly Romero with 14, 13 fights coming into this fight had no business in the ring with Tank Davis. And I don't describe Tank as a killer. Yeah, I mean, but I called this fight. I said this fight gonna get Tank gonna knock this dude out in the sixth round. In 6 rounds, he's gonna knock him out, and that's exactly what happened. What does Rolly care? Y'all could laugh at him. Y'all could say dude ain't got he got a bad stance. Dude don't bring his his right hand up to protect his grill when he throws his jab. I mean, his fundamentals all wrong. He learned boxing at an old age, at the age of 17. He came in this boxing game as an old man, really and truly, like Anthony Joshua, like Deontay Wilder. I mean, as opposed to Tank Davis, you could look here on this YouTube shit. Tank Davis has been. You could find amateur boxing videos of him as young as 9 years old. Okay, so he got the edge on Rolly Romero. But Rolly Romero tonight cleared before taxes $2.5 million. Could you believe that? And it don't even matter how many pay-per-views he sold. $2.5 million. Now this pay-per-view, I don't expect it to do crazy numbers. I don't expect no 500,000. I really don't expect 300,000. I don't expect 250K. 100,000 for this fight, that's straight for these fighters, cause it's just a boxing game, y'all. You already know how this goes. You know what I mean? You only gonna sell tickets. Floyd Mayweather ain't gonna get as much pay-per-view buys fighting Arturo Gotti, even though Arturo Gotti was a good draw. He ain't go, and the fight was in Boardwalk Hall up there in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Floyd Mayweather ain't gonna get that same kind of purse as he would get if he's fighting in Las Vegas against Miguel Cotto, against Manny Pacquiao, against Shane Mosley. Yeah, I mean, that's just how this boxing game goes. You know what I mean? A lot of people got this boxing game misconstrued. You know what I mean? You gotta put things in perspectives. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, 50% between both fighters, Tank Davis and Rolly Romero, on the pay-per-view revenue. Tank Davis clears $2 million. Rolly Romero with 14 comes into this fight 14-0, 12 KOs, and he clears himself at least $2.5 million, y'all. You can't tell me this boxing game ain't sweet. You cannot tell me this boxing game ain't sweet. If I don't ever see Slim on my motherfucking TV channel ever again, Rolly Romero, he decides to say, you know what? I got I got a fat ass paycheck. I'm about to retire or invest my money into different ventures. You can't be mad at this guy, y'all. This ain't basketball, man. These fellas are really getting punched in the face for a living. Hit that thumbs up before you come in this motherfucking chat. Real talk. Don't come in this piece eavesdropping and peeking like a little bitch, like a snitch who's a nosy neighbor. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, you. You know who I'm talking to. I see you. Whoever's listening to this chat. If you don't hit that thumbs up, you're a cold bitch, straight up and down. Because you're on my channel. You came into my playground, Slim. Don't get me talking my DMV shit, man. Don't make me call you a cold ass Bama. Don't let me do that. Don't let me do that. Cause you here. It's what time is it? It's almost 3 a.m. East Coast time, Eastern Standard Time. I've had a good night. I have a good night. You know what I'm saying? And you up in this piece eavesdropping. You're a cold bitch. If you ain't gonna hit that thumbs up. But that's neither here nor there. I'm gonna still talk my shit because what you won't do, somebody else will do. And this is the longest purse video I've ever done, but I'm putting things in perspective how sweet this boxing game is. You can come up out of nowhere. You can come from nowhere. You can come from far. You can come from a foster home like Tank Davis. Regardless whether I feel Tank Davis is fighting the guys I think he's supposed to fight or not. Slim gonna get at least $5 million tonight in less than half an hour's of work. You can hate Tank Davis all you want. And I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. And you know what? Y'all listen to this motherfucking live stream. I've seen Tank Davis fight live with my own eyes before he was who y'all know who he is right now. Yeah. I seen him fight before he was coming up on undercards, whether it was Broner undercards, whether it was B Hop undercards. Y'all wasn't there because a lot of y'all came into this boxing shit 5 minutes ago. I'm a lifer. I'm here talking this boxing shit with y'all. You heard? Tank Davis, live him or not, you don't affect his tax bracket. He's in a different tax bracket. Rolly Romero, whether he was there before and he wasn't, he ain't never cleared $1 million ever in his life. I don't give a fuck if I see this guy box on my TV screen ever again. I don't give a fuck if I don't ever hear of his Rolando Rolly Romero. If I don't hear his name ever again tonight, May 27, 2022, Saturday, Slim clocked himself a cool 500K guaranteed and 2 million depending on the pay-per-view revenue. 50-50 split between him and the man Tank Davis. I don't know where you from, but where I'm from, that's what we call a come up. Where I'm from, right? If a nigga clocks 100 grand in 30 minutes, Slim is a motherfucking legend. Straight up and down. Straight up and down. No frills, no shorts. if a dude clocks himself 100 grand and gets up out of the game, however he got in that game, whether it was real estate, whether it was slanging and banging, whatever, how he got himself $100,000, and that's not what Rolly got, y'all. He got 500K guaranteed, plus 2 million guaranteed, and more depending on this pay-per-view sales. Now, I personally don't think this per pay-per-view is going to reach even 300,000 pay-per-view buys. And that's no shade. If Tank Davis or Rolly Romero is listening to this video, they don't give a fuck. If they got 150K, they don't give a fuck if they got zero pay-per-view buys, because Tank Davis left out this piece with 2 million guaranteed. Uncle Sam gonna get his cut. I do my taxes, you know what I mean? Uncle Sam gonna get his cut. This is USA, Slim. Uncle Sam gonna get his cut. So listen, y'all. We are boxing fans. Economics, this is a boxing game. This is a business disguised as a sport. All right? Economic wise, you might be in your feelings. Oh my gosh. Motherfucking Tank Davis got $2 million. I hate that nigga, man. God damn that. Oh man, I'm pissed, dog. Oh, you can be in your feelings all you want. But at the end of the day, you're not getting punched in your face for a living. And that's what we doing. We giving fellas props where it's due. That's all I'm about. You know what I mean? Would I like to see Tank Davis call out the best of that 135? No question. But I've been watching boxing for a very long time. And if the fights are about to be made, if they're going to get made, they're going to get made. Did I ever give up on Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather? Nah, never that. I never give up on that. And Floyd Mayweather got himself, he got Pacquiao at the right time, right? Pacquiao took two losses, whether it was Tim Bradley in the first fight, controversial decision. Check out my playlist, y'all. I got that shit on my motherfucking playlist. Pacquiao, I thought, won that fight 7 rounds to 5. Clearly, no way Tim Bradley won that fight. They gave it to Tim Bradley. That's neither here nor there, but it is in this conversation. Pacquiao got a loss, and this is in between the negotiations between 2011 and 2015. Mayweather versus Pacquiao. Pacquiao took another loss. Devastating knockout to Juan Manuel Marquez. So at this point, at this juncture, and I never blame Floyd Mayweather for the fight not happening when it was supposed to happen. I personally blame Floyd Mayweather, top rank in this promoters. That's neither here nor there. Floyd Mayweather, I'm sorry, Manny Pacquiao had never cleared 50 million guaranteed. And that's what the motherfucker Tank Davis cleared tonight. Only 2 million guaranteed. Pacquiao's guaranteed 50 million guaranteed. They turned that shit down. I'm not gonna take y'all back to them dark days. At the end of the day, the fight got made, and that's what it is. But Tank Davis, a guy who I'm skeptical about his resume. I wish he would fight the best of the best. I rate him slightly an edge against over against guys like Ryan Garcia. They're not doing the heavy work. Fellas like Cambosis and Devin Haney, who are fighting for undisputed at 135, are doing the heavy work. But I'm here talking to y'all as just a boxing fan who wants to see the best fight the best. I mean, I'm here talking, I'm not into managers, promoters, purses, etc. Although this video definitely is about the purses tonight. Facts, not about what I think so and so fighter A or fighter B should deserve. I'm giving y'all facts. But at the end of the day, if the man Tank Davis clears himself at least guaranteed $2 million guaranteed, no matter what. No matter if y'all motherfuckers who hate the guy or love him, bought the fight or not, he gets himself $2 million in less than 30 minutes of action. Goddamn, if this boxing game ain't sweet, I don't know what is. To make the NBA, you got to be a certain height, right? There's a lot of major players all around the United States, all across the globe, who got serious game when it comes to the basketball shit. Will they ever get a sniff at fight at playing professional basketball in the NBA? 9 times out of 10, not. Those who do make it, coming from whether they paid their dues, whether they came from the Euro League, Australia, whatever. Big ups to them. Those guys are an anomaly. But boxing is a kind of game where you could come in this game as a pipehead. Listen to me carefully. You could come into the game as a drug addict, smoking crack, sniffing blow, shooting dope, all kinds of nut ass shit. Get yourself together, turn pro. Your first fight, you knock out your opponent in the first round. Great. Both of y'all came into the fight 0-0. Second fight, you're 1-0. You fight a guy who is 9 wins and 3 losses. You knock his nut ass out in 5 rounds. Basically, the point I'm trying to make is boxing's the kind of game you don't have to go to college. You don't have to be a major draft pick. You don't have to get no kind of props. All you gotta do is come in this game as a skilled fighter, take your skills seriously, and you never know where you could go. Tank Davis was not an Olympian like numerous fighters who like maybe Errol Spence. Numerous fighters have been Olympians. They come home with a gold, silver, or bronze, or not, or nothing. Boom. You trained all your life as a young amateur to a grown ass teenager, young man. Go to the Olympics, you come home with no medal. Don't matter where you're from. You could be from Kazakhstan, Russia. You could be from South Africa. You could be from Uganda. You could be from Mexico, Argentina, Costa Rica. Don't fucking matter, right? You go to the Olympics, you come home with a goose egg. Nobody gonna remember you. You turn pro before you decided to go to the Olympics or after, and keep plying your trade, and you can become the motherfucking dude. Look at Bud Crawford, for example. Look at Cannoli, for example. Cannoli and Bud Crawford are not like Alexander Usyk. Alexander Usyk came into the professional ranks as a gold medal Olympiast. Okay? The highest level you can reach in the amateur boxing. So that's what it comes down to, y'all. This boxing game is sweet. Regardless how you feel about Tank Davis' uh, opponent tonight, Rolly Romero, he don't give a fuck what you think. This man done clocked himself a cool, at least, at worst, $7 million. That shit just makes me laugh, y'all. But that's why I love this boxing game, man. Boxing game is ain't like basketball. It's not like any other sport. You come in this boxing game with your fist from wherever the fuck you came from. They don't care about what college you came from or who you got drafted by in the pro ranks. All that matters is if you can fight and if you can draw a crowd. And here we are. Barclays Center sold out in BKNY, Brooklyn, New York. Tank Davis clears himself at least $7 million. Rolly Romero clears himself at least, at worst, regardless, no matter what the fuck he does else with his life. He clears himself $2.5 million. You could hate all you want. I personally, I'm glad for these fighters. They took punches in the face and in the body for my entertainment. Regardless if I think they should be fighting better fighters, I'm all for it. Be Marsh Boxing. Leave your thoughts and comments, and I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out of here, y'all. One love. Peace.